Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading video. In this one we're doing the swing trading recap. Haven't done these in a while, haven't really been doing many swing trades, but now earnings season is back on, getting a lot of moves and putting us in good position for swings, because as you know the market has been kind of slow before earnings, and there was barely any stocks coming into the deviation levels I was looking at, so kind of just took some time for swing trading, focused a lot more on the day trading strategy side of things and testing. But to get into the first trade, we are on Amazon, and this is when I encourage you to go and join the Discord, because I post all of these trades I'm looking at before I get in them. So the first one was on Amazon, and the key levels we were looking at, is we'll just clear these levels, was 3,300. For the main reason being that is the first deviation on the 4-hour chart, and was most likely the first area of we would get a bounce after the big sell-off due to their earnings miss. And then the next level we're looking at is kind of around this $3,235 level. So if we just change that so it's all clear for you to see in the video, they're basically the main targets we're looking at entering. Now you'll see, well, I mean, in a dollar amount they're not that close, but for Amazon's case they're not actually that far away. They're 2% between them, so it could quite easily break through and come down to this $3,235 level, and that's why you'll see when we entered, I only entered with one contract, for the main reason being I don't want to be in with full size, because I want to be able to average in if it comes down to this level, because if we don't bounce off this level, we were going to bounce off this level. However, as you can see with Amazon today, we did get the bounce off this 3,300 level that we were looking for. So if we go over to Discord, you'll be able to see I have both swing ideas and swing P&L. So firstly, as you can see, at 10 AM today, I did post this Amazon hitting entry location, going in with 50% size here, and if it falls to the deviation, we will get in with the other half, and we have the price targets already set before we even get into the trade, around 3,380, and if we did have to average in, we would be looking at more of an price target of 3,450, because we would be looking for a bigger bounce. So yeah, we did also post this back yesterday, or it could have been the day before actually, on the 30th, sorry, oh no, 29th, yeah, 29th that we posted it. We were looking for it to come into that level, and as you can see, it's exactly what we did. If we go over to swing P&L, Amazon trade, this is how I'm going to format them, so if you ever want to check them out, it's easy to see. Amazon coming into that level. The chart we have once we've got out the trade, so you can see this was roughly the entry location we were looking at, and this was our price target. So you can see on the day we kind of got the exact move. Yes, it's a swing trade. I didn't actually end up getting in today. I ended up getting a bit early the day before. I think on Friday I got in. Netted $2,200 on that trade, and here you can see we were in with one contract at $259.35 and sold it for $268.30 today. Yeah, so we had got in on the 30th, which was, if we check, the 30th was the Friday, yes. Then the next trade that we are in is QCOM. So if we go over that, so what we were looking at on this is the same kind of thing. It was coming into these high deviations. It could have had good earnings on this day. I can't remember what the reason for was, but it did move quite heavily on that day. So I think that was off good earnings, but I can't remember 100% with that. Either way, we were looking at a bounce level of 185, because that's where the deviation was at the time. And we were in with full size on this, because you can see the next kind of add-in areas would be around 159 and 161.25. So this is where we would average. If it comes into this area, we will trade it again and get an average trade, half size at this, the other half of our full size there. But you can see exactly with QCOM as well, it did get that bounce exactly like we wanted at 158. It came up to around 152 and bounced down to our first target of around 145.50. Again, if we go over to the Discord, you can see quoted the entry. We're up 42% currently on the trade. You can see we entered with 10 contracts, again full size in this case, or on this trade what I was looking to do. And you can see we sold off half our position already, or half our position today. Reason we haven't sold all of it is if we go back to the chart, we got another deviation right here at this 142.50, so looking to lock in the rest of the 5 contracts down here. However, if we do see that QCOM bounces off this level and goes back to the 151 area, we will just stop out the rest near enough break even. And the reason for this price level, yes, it's not a normal deviation and instead a mid deviation, but it's just a bit more realistic because at that point it is still quite a large pullback. If we're looking at that, it's still a 4% pullback on a large cap stock. So to me, unless I'm looking for a very long-term swing, if I'm only looking for, you know, a few days to a weeks, I'm looking for those smaller moves. 4%, especially when using options, equates to obviously that 40% as we made on that contract. So I don't need to hold on as long as I would if it was, say, with normal shares. The last stock we're in is with SQ. We're still in this trade, so haven't gotten out of it yet, and that's why there's no post of the takeout. But again, the swing idea for it was in here, I believe. Oh, actually, I don't know if I posted SQ in here. QCOM, Pfizer, AMD. Okay, sorry, I didn't actually post the SQ one on here. Might have been because this one did have added risk, so I probably didn't want to just post it in because it did have a less accuracy of working. Main reason being is Square coming into these deviation levels, and we're coming into the deviation on the 4 hour. However, what you can see is obviously we recently touched it here, pulled back to our midway, and retesting it now. That's all fair and well, but it was a trade-off news, and good news by that. So they were buying up a Australian firm for I think 29 billion, on acquiring it, which is like a buy now pay later, which is kind of just the same kind of thing as credit, where you are able to buy your item without having the money there on that day and instead pay off in installments, but they're interest-free installments. So look to short in this area. Had to give it a lot more space on this kind of trade for the reason I know it would be a lot more volatile on it. So I think on the option I was happy to risk up to maybe 30 or 35%, or might have been 30 or 40% of the option premium before I decided to stop out. We actually did get quite close to it. I think we were down around like 32% on the contract, right around this 280 level. However, it has now pulled back near enough to our entry. I think we ended up getting in around 266 because we actually missed it a bit. So we're right around actually break even on that trade. So that screenshot might be a bit misleading on the swing P&L. Yeah, because it shows we're up $70 on the day. I think this option is still red a tiny bit. I believe we're down $100 or so on that option. But on the day it's green. I'll try and actually in future I will just post. Yeah, I did P&L day. I'll include P&L year to date on that as well. The only time that does get confusing is if I retrade stocks or the same ticker, because then that's also kind of a bit misleading. I think I can actually keep in market open, so it tells me if I'm down or up overall in the position, and then also its day. So I'll do that in the future so it's a bit more clear on the options. However, when we do get out of that trade, you'll be able to see the entry and exits, and if you ever want to go back and check the charts, even though we'll go over them, you can see how it moved. Also with SQ, you can see it got very close to this 284 level. We are looking to kind of retrade it at this 284 level. But I think the key level, and will be a great short, and we will go in with more size if it can get up to that level, is at 300 or the 298 level. If we can get up to that level, that would be probably a bit bigger than usual short, because I would be highly surprised if we didn't get at least a bounce down to the 285 level off that trade. So that's definitely a trade to come in the future once we break out of, or if we break out of this 285 level. But I guess that's kind of it for the trading or swing trading recap. We got, again, just keep an eye on the Discord if you're looking at swing ideas. Obviously, it's not financial advice, so do plan your trades properly, have stops where you're comfortable, and obviously take profits where you feel comfortable. Don't rely solely on me for that. I don't place stops for that reason, because I want people to have their own risk management. If they don't have any for the trade, just don't get in it, or paper trade it or anything like that. But yeah, I'll be posting a lot in here. Also starting to paper trade some over on Webull. So I may sometimes put those into the recap, because I'm just testing those out with shares instead of options, just to see, because obviously we're not going to be getting those 40% returns like we did on QCOM, and probably quite a high return on AMZN. It will be quite different obviously with shares, because we're making the 3 or 4% movement. But we're just going to see, obviously we would take a lot less risk as well, because it wouldn't be as leveraged. So I just want to see over time how that account performs, and if it's something I'd be interested into changing the main account over to that. However, that is it for the swing trading recap. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, definitely check out the Discord. It's great for both swing and day trading. Only more recently started to do the swing trading stuff, but very active on the day trading kind of things. We also have unusual option activities, kind of analyst reviews on stuff, price targets, downgrades, upgrades, market recaps done by Yahoo Finance, morning calls, which are really great. And if you see the daily post, this is the kind of the beginning of the morning call, but then you'll be able to see more of the data. Also, we have the economic calendar, just basically a lot of information that should help with day-to-day trading. But yeah, so drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out tomorrow's day trading recap, maybe a swing trading recap if we close out of any positions tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. Peace.